Hey friends, happy full moon in Libra. I hope that it feels springy wherever you are, but it might be too early for that. There might be snow on the ground for some of you. But it is Aries season and the spring is coming and it is the full moon in Libra. And this full moon, looking at the chart, it's like the sun and Chiron and Venus are all right next to each other and opposing the moon. So it really feels like insecurities around maybe needing validation from others, feelings of unworthiness are just kind of being like reflected back at us. And it's like, whoa, that's real bright. Why are you calling me out like that? And so I wanted us to kind of focus on some meditation that will maybe be helpful for just remembering that we're the only ones who need to validate ourselves and we're worthy, and just some like lovely heart chakra type things. So that's our focus for our meditation today, as well as our yoga session today is about backbends and like spine flexibility and hip mobility. For me, like, to remember, and of course, different people will need validation for different things, or like crave validation for different things. Could be physical, could be intellectual, could be both. But like for me, what always reminds me, when I'm not feeling great about myself physically, or feeling like I need validation, moving for myself like reminds me, I don't know, it just feels natural, it feels right, and it makes me feel grateful for a body at all. And so like yoga practices and just fluidly moving however feels good, that gets me back in touch with my body and appreciating my body, and feeling sensual and feeling feminine. And that, feeling feminine can mean many different things for many different people. But for me, there's just a sensuality about, there can be a sensuality about yoga and dance. It just feels fluid and it feels sexy, and I feel like backbends and arches and beautiful shapes and feeling really open in your hips just feels so good, and it looks good. And so just in the spirit of reminding you that you're a bad bitch, whoever you are, and getting some movement into your body that feels good, and also doing some meditation that hopefully reminds you that you are a bad bitch and you are worthy all the time and you don't need validation from anyone else. So I hope that you enjoy. Let's get to it. All right, let's do a little centering just to remind us of the breath that will take us through our yoga practice and our body that will take us through. So get comfy and just sitting with your palms face up on your legs. Beginning to connect with your breath, listening to your inhales and your exhales. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And with every inhale, just pulling your energies, your thoughts, anything scattered in your energy field, just pulling it back into your center. Exhaling, releasing any heaviness, any stressors or anxieties, just letting them go, letting them leave your body, relaxing your shoulders, your jaw, anywhere where you might hold on to that stress. Just exhaling and letting it fall, letting it exit your body, exit your aura, just dissipating into the space around you. Feeling that anchoring, rooted feeling of pulling your energy back into your body, collecting it, holding it, feeling solid and strong and clear and centered in your body. And in the spirit of this session today, reconnecting with our sensuality, reconnecting with our sense of self-affirmation and worthiness, go ahead and, if you feel comfortable, place your hands on your body part that you give the most love to, that you seem to like the most. And just breathe into that space, breathe into that body part. Allowing your hands to send love to that space and letting any thoughts that come to mind just come and float by. And now, if you feel comfortable, placing your hands on your body part that you give the least love to, that you seem to like the least. And sending love to that body part through your hands, generating that energy with your breath, and sending it through your hands. If you can find one nice thing to say about it, that's great. It'll help in sending love to that space. I know it's not always easy to acknowledge or send love to the parts of ourselves, mentally, emotionally, or physically, that we judge, that we have a problem with. I know it's not easy, but if you can find one thing, just one, just in this moment, that will be enough. And bringing our hands to rest on our knees. Just remembering our breath and allowing yourself to just gently roll your neck, roll your back, whatever feels good to get us started for our yoga session. All right, let's start with some shoulder rolls. Moving with the breath, rolling the shoulders back, and doing a few slow neck rolls to get the upper body loosened up. Taking it at your own pace. Letting your rolling motions get bigger, allowing your back to activate. Taking a standing cat-cow of sorts, caving in the chest, tucking the pelvis, opening up the chest, arching the lower back, getting the whole neck and spine warmed up. We'll move into the tiniest back bend, stretching our arms high overhead. Let your ribcage disconnect from your hips. Lengthen towards the sky like your spine is Laffy Taffy. Bring the hands to your mid-back, still elongating the spine. Rooting our feet, gently squeezing the glutes. Taking the slightest arch, lifting your gaze just a bit to wherever your neck is comfortable. Breathing here. Listening to your body. We're just warming up. Exhale and slowly release. And we'll swan dive. Exhale down. And just feel into this forward fold for a moment, coming onto our tiptoes. Down, warming up our arches and calves. Exhaling back into down dog, bringing some fluid movement here as well, coming up onto your toes. Inhale and rock your weight forward as if you were preparing for a handstand. Exhale back to down dog. Inhale, flow forward. Exhale to down dog. And this time inhaling to plank, exhaling to chaturanga, inhaling bhujangasana, cobra. This pose is key for today. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, squeezing the glutes. Exhale back to down dog. And come down to tabletop for some cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, chest towards the sky. Exhale, tuck the pelvis and chin. Continue a few of these, moving slowly with the breath. Feel into the juiciness of your spine waking up. We'll do a few sort of lateral cat-cows, rolling our back in a circle to the right. Let it flow, let it feel sensual. And then to the left. Just doing whatever feels good with your spine. And exhale back into down dog. Move through plank, chaturanga, and cobra. Stretching the spine here, pressing the hips into the mat. Exhale, down dog. And just play around here for a moment. We'll move through the sequence a couple more times at our own pace, really focusing on Bhujangasana, tops of feet, thighs, hips pressed into the mat, glutes slightly squeezed, stretching the spine, pulling the chest forward, pressing the triceps against your ribs. Exhale, down dog. Hang out here for just a moment, stretching it out, and we'll come to tabletop for a little thread the needle action. So raising our left arm to the sky, exhale, pull under the right arm for a nice spinal twist. Filling your belly with breath, letting the air expand your entire core and stretch the spine. Inhale back to tabletop, and we'll raise our right arm. Exhale, thread it through. Breathing here. Inhale back to tabletop. Exhaling to down dog. Moving through our plank, chaturanga, cobra sequence a couple times. And exhaling, stepping or jumping the feet to the top of the mat. Stepping our right foot out, opening up to the right side of our mat for a goddess pose variation. You'll have to move your feet around a bit to find your sweet spot. The lower you go, the closer you can bring the feet. If you're staying a little higher, the feet can be wider apart. So sinking down into the hips here. Keeping that torso relatively straight. We're not entirely bending forward. Bringing our arms out to the sides, hands in the air in any mudra that you'd like. Breathing here. If you're down low and you'd like to tuck the elbows under your knees and arch your back for a deeper hip opener, feel free. Just sinking into the hips here, breathing deeply, relaxing your jaw. And inhale, slowly rising into a forward fold. And just hang out here for a bit. Do whatever feels right. Bringing that chest forward, getting a deep stretch in the hamstrings. Stretching your neck. And inhale, bringing the arms up, coming to rise. Stepping to the top of our mat. Exhale, swan dive into forward fold. Step back into down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And exhaling into down dog. Inhale, plank, and come down to Bhujangasana, cobra. We're going to slow it down. Tops of the feet, quads and hips pressed into the mat. Triceps tucked tight against our ribs. Pulling our chest forward to stretch the spine. And lastly, raising the head. Breathing, holding here. Keeping everything engaged allows us to slowly arch more and more toward the sky. Exhale, release, and we'll shake it out. We'll move into Sphinx pose, very similar. Lying flat on the mat, stretch your arms out in front. Squeeze your lats to pull your arms back to your sides. We won't pull our arms quite as far back as Cobra. Stop once your elbows are just slightly in front of your chest. And we're pulling our chest forward. Let your ribs detach from your hips. The strong foundation of your feet, thighs, and hips pressed to the floor will allow you to comfortably increase your back bend. The more we squeeze our triceps and pull our chest forward, the more we activate our back. We stretch like Laffy Taffy and we're able to enter a deeper back bend. And exhale, bend your knees, bring your feet to the sky as if you were going to move into bow, but don't go all the way into bow. Just breathing here. Engaging the entire back side of your body. Gaze towards the sky and slowly releasing legs down to the mat. Slowly turning your head to the right, slowly left, right. Gently continue turning your neck left and right Slowly lowering your chin towards your chest. Lower and lower until you let your head hang between your arms. And exhale back to down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bring it forward to the outside of your hands, coming into a lunge. Slightly squeezing the right glute, pulling the torso back a bit so you're straight up and down. Bring your right arm out in front. Exhale, bend forward, stretching every inch of your torso. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, stretch forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, stretch. And twist to the left. Right arm resting on your left thigh. Hands in prayer position. Breathe here. Expanding your entire core with your breath. And exhale, release back to down dog. Hanging out here for a moment or moving through our sequence once. Inhaling the right leg up. Exhale, bring it forward to the outside of the hands for lunge. Left arm out front. Exhale, stretch those fingertips forward. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, center. Stretch. Center. Exhale, twist to the right. Hands coming to prayer position, expanding the entire core with the breath. So much breath, even our lower back expands. Letting the breath touch every corner of your torso. And exhale, release back to down dog, hanging out here for a moment. Fluidly rocking back and forth in down dog. Inhale to plank, exhale chaturanga. Inhale cobra, exhale down dog. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Inhale, step it to the top of the mat for warrior two. Turning the back foot out to be parallel with the edge of your mat. Squeeze the glutes, sink down. Rotate your inner thighs up. Bringing your arms out to sides, sinking into the pose. Exhaling for extended side angle pose, resting your elbow on your knee or bringing your fingertips to the floor. Sink into that front leg, gently twisting your torso to the sky. Taking a bend with your right arm if you'd like. Exhale, release. Step the back leg up just a bit so we can come into pyramid pose. Steer the right hip straight ahead. Slight bend in the left knee. Your feet don't have to be too far apart, especially if you have short legs like me. They'll only be a couple feet apart. Square your hips. Let your right fingertips give you a bit of balancing support. Stretch your left arm straight out ahead. Stretching the torso. And lowering your left arm to the mat, just holding here. And exhaling to down dog, shake it out. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring it up to meet the hands. Coming into warrior two. Seal the outer edge of the back foot down. Rotate the inner thighs up, open the knees. Sink down into the pose. And exhale into extended side angle, however far is comfortable. Gently twisting the torso to the sky. Taking a bind to twist deeper if you'd like. And exhale, release, stepping the back leg up just a bit, coming into pyramid pose. Steering the left hip straight ahead, slight bend in the right knee. Let your left fingertips give you a bit of balancing support as you stretch your right arm straight out ahead, letting your ribs release from your hips, stretching like taffy. Lower your right arm to the mat and just hold here for a moment. Exhale, release back into down dog and shake it out. Come down to child's pose. Relaxing into your hips, releasing everything. Deep exhale. Now we'll rise our torso up a bit and splay your legs out further. Allow your hips to open up wider. We're not going into a full frog pose here unless you like to, but we'll just rock back and forth here, finding the sweet spot, sinking deeper into the hips. Whatever feels comfortable, just playing around. Release your jaw. exhale deeply. It might be a little uncomfortable to stay here. Not painful, it should never be painful, but hip stretches can often bring up irritations within us, so just breathing through. We'll rise up a bit and just stretch from a different angle. Squeeze each glute one at a time to kind of get a deeper stretch one at a time in each glute and leg. Relax your jaw. And we'll come into another back bend. So from here, bring your knees in so they're not splayed so wide. I'd say a bit narrower than the width of your mat. Stretch your arms in front of you and just allow yourself to slide forward, pulling your chest up and out, letting your ribs disconnect and really float forward. And while you engage your upper body, push your butt higher, letting your low back activate. Work on this constant pull of your chest forward and slight push of your butt to the sky. And don't release yet, but very slowly we're going to start to release. Pull your arms into your sides. Slowly press up and back into tabletop. And do some easy cat-cows or lateral body rolls here. Feeling that openness of your spine now. And we're going to go back in. So exhaling, sliding forward into our back bend. Pull the chest forward, push your butt to the sky. And slowly bringing your arms into your sides, pressing up, doing some shoulder and body rolls here. Feeling into that mobility of our spine. And come down into child's pose. Just chill here. Just release, relax. Just breathing here until that newfound openness within our shoulders, our upper back, our belly, our low back, our hips. And exhale back to down dog. Playing around here for a moment. Inhale to plank. Exhale chaturanga. Inhale cobra. And exhale to down dog. Step or hop your feet to the top of your mat. Bring your butt down to the mat and we'll lay down on our back for bridge. So feet firmly pressed into the mat. exhale and squeeze the glutes to rise up. Rolling the shoulder blades out and under, stabilizing the neck. Pinky fingers touching the mat, palms faced in as if you were holding a beach ball. You can also come in for a bind and grab each hand. Breathing deeply, squeezing the glutes, pressing the feet down, opening the chest. And exhale, slowly releasing down. Gently twisting, bringing your knees over to the right and to the left. Shaking it out. And we'll come into wheel now for our final back bend. Feet in the same position as bridge. Bringing our hands next to our face, fingers pointing down toward the shoulders. Exhale and press up into wheel. Slowly walk your feet in closer to your head if you'd like. Just find your sweet spot. Breathe, smile, revel in your body, in the beautiful feeling of an open heart center. And gently release back down to the mat. We'll stretch it out a bit. Grab your big toes, sink into happy baby. Lower back glued to the mat, knees splayed open. Rocking back and forth, getting deep into the hips. And we'll stretch our legs out in front. Exhale, bring your left knee to chest, still keeping your right leg engaged, so squeezing that glute slightly and just a little bit, turning your right leg inward. Exhale, pull the left knee across your body. Shoulders glued to the floor, gaze towards the left. Breathing deeply, letting your spine stretch and your belly expand. Inhale, release, coming back to center. And bring the right knee up to chest. Bring that right arm to the floor, shoulder glued to the floor. And exhale, bring that right knee across the body. Exhaling into the twist. Gaze to the right. And inhale, release back to center. Both knees to chest and just rock back and forth. Just releasing everything, feeling how good your back feels. We stretched it, we arched it, we flipped it, we reversed it, we did all the things. And I hope it's feeling nice and juicy. Exhale, legs straight out, slowly rise to a seated position. And we made it to the end of our session. All right, let's get started with our meditation. So get comfortable. And placing one hand on our heart and one on our belly, let's just close our eyes and connect with our breath, feeling the sensation of your belly expanding and contracting with your breath. Sinking your sit bones, sinking your butt into the mat, keeping your spine straight and tall. Deeply inhaling and deeply exhaling. Tuning out from the world around us and tapping into our bodies. Being here now. Observing your body and your mind slowing as you focus on your breath and deepening your breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through your mouth. Feeling rooted to the ground by your sits bones. Feeling the sensation of your sits bones connecting with the earth below you. Imagining a root stretching down from your tailbone, down through the floor, down to the earth, and anchoring you from deep within the darkness of the earth. Just like a seed. The root stretches, it grows, it branches out deeper, farther, wider within the earth, holding you steady to the earth below you. Letting yourself feel held by the earth, anchored to something sure and steady, nourishing and ancient. A flower appears within you, growing up from your tailbone to your belly, to your heart center. And this flower lights up the darkness within your body. As you inhale, your roots grow stronger, and the light of the flower within your heart grows brighter. And as you exhale, you're able to move the light around your body, circulating from your heart space, through your chest, down your arms, into your fingertips, through your belly, down your thighs, to your feet, through your toes, up your throat, through your jaw, lighting up your third eye and touching your crown. Inhaling, anchoring yourself to the nourishment of the earth. light of the flower grow brighter within you. This colored light from the flower has grown in your body, and it begins to seep out through your fingertips, through your toes, through the back of your head, the back of your arms, your legs. As you exhale, this light expands around you. With every exhale, pushing this light out stronger and stronger around your body. Encompassing you in this bubble of light. This nourishing, loving energy up from the earth into your heart, surrounding and protecting your body with it. Yourself to surrender to this light, to this feeling of being held. You are worth being loved, being nourished, being held. You are worth loving when it hurts. You're worth loving when you feel like too much, when you feel like not enough. Sit with that knowing. Surrender to that knowing. You are so much more than your body. You're much more than your limiting beliefs, your mistakes. We are connected to the entire world around us, the universe within us, and the universe around us. How could we ever imagine that we were unworthy, knowing that? And I don't want that to sound corny and new age. I really fucking mean that. You, in all of your divine imperfection, are so worthy. I, in all my divine imperfection, am so worthy. We are so worthy. And now, taking your palms, pressing them down to the ground below you. We asked that the earth support and nourish and root us for this meditation. And we're grateful. And we send this love back into the earth with our own silent prayer of gratitude. Bring your hands back to the body part that you chose at the beginning of our session today that you love and that you don't show so much love to. And connect with them one last time. Allowing yourself to release any judgments that need to be released. Release any need for validation that needs to be released. Send love and encouragement to these body parts. Reconnecting with our deep inhales and deep exhales for the last few moments of our meditation. Bringing our hands to heart center. And slowly opening your eyes when you're ready to end our session. Thanks everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that and it was helpful. And I hope that you have a great full moon, and I'll see you next time. Peace.